I don't have the skill to understand this as well as I wish that I could, but a church music historian explained to me once that when the great composer J.S. Bach was writing new Christmas music for his congregation, he intentionally echoed the music that they had heard some 3/4 of a year earlier on Good Friday, to signal to them, to remind them where this day was going. Some things are just too wondrous to be communicated in words alone. And I wonder at the destiny of the babe of Bethlehem. The other characters who were there in the familiar Christmas story, they understood that God was keeping his promises, and they wondered how it could be that God was sending them a king, and they believed that God was sending them a savior, that God was sending the long-awaited Messiah. Could they understand how he would be king, what kind of savior he would be? Could they understand where this day was going? I think perhaps the old man Simeon in the temple got the closest when he foreshadowed to Mary that one day a soul would pierce her own soul too. Later in Jesus' life, the people that he taught, his followers, he asked them, "Who do the people say that I am?" And they struggled to understand. Some people say you're one of the prophets who's come back, maybe Elijah again, maybe John the Baptist, maybe the Messiah. We believe that you are the Son of God. But then Jesus pressed them further to understand his destiny, that it would be necessary that he would be handed over into the hands of sinners and be killed for them, die for them, and on the third day rise again. But they couldn't understand it. They refused to understand it. Only God would know. Only God could understand and foresee the through line from Christmas to Easter. That the birth of Jesus was important for so many different reasons, but for no reason more than this, that it would lead to his death. That this is what the prophets foretold. That this was the point unto which Jesus would humble himself to the point of death, even death on a cross. That this is what happens when divinity takes on the mortal flesh of humanity. And we wonder at the scope of it all. We're led to understand just a little bit. How great must the sin and lostness of our humanity be that it would take the Son of God to die for us in order to save us? And how much greater must the love of God be that he would actually do exactly that? And what could our response be? But to wonder, but to trust and worship and wonder, to marvel, to stand in awe, and to wonder at the wondrous love of God. Our Christmas Eve worship service ends with the singing of Silent Night. We gather again tomorrow on Christmas morning.
Son of God,